Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm here today to do something a little different than I normally do at the beginning of the month. In general, I tend to stick to doing favorites, monthly favorite videos, but lately I have not been liking them as much. I feel like doing monthly favorite videos kind of robs you guys of some of the stuff that I try or some of the stuff that I want to share with you but don't really have an outlet for it. So instead what I'm going to start doing is going to be doing beauty reviews. So what that means is I'm going to go through kind of products I've been trying that month, things I like, things I dislike, and maybe toss in some random things I did enjoy at the end of the video, maybe some random things that don't have anything to do with beauty. So that's going to be the new setup. So I'm not entirely sure what to call these videos yet, but if you guys have any ideas, please leave them in the comments down below. I'd love to hear it. Now we're just going to hop right in because I have quite a few things to tell you guys about. The first two things I've tried this month actually had to do with hair. Since I have been dyeing my hair and coloring it and doing a few new things with it lately, I've been trying to find products that will help it. And since I naturally have fairly curly hair, I decided to try some products that online seem to be very, very popular, and that is the Miss Jessie's product line. I got mine at Target, but I know you can order it from multiple places. The ones that I picked up were Pillow Soft Curls and Baby Buttermilk. Now, one thing I have to say is I'm not the biggest fan of this one. This is the Pillow Soft Curls. This one is supposed to be a product that a lot of people like, but for me, this weighed down my curls. It was supposed to kind of give you nice wavy curls and make them very pretty. On me, it kind of just made my curls look day 3 tired on day 1, and that just wasn't cute. So I'm not really a fan of this. I don't like it, and I even have like half the bottle left because I've used it so much just to kind of try it, and I did not like this. This was not cute. Not a cute product. Now, I did semi-enjoy Baby Buttermilk. I felt like this was a super heavy cream. This is just supposed to be used to hydrate your curls, make them really pop and stand out, and this for me seemed to be just like the other one, a little bit too heavy. So what I did instead is I use this kind of like as a hair mask. So instead of like leaving it on throughout the day, I use it in like the shower and then rinse it out, or in the bathtub and then rinse it out. It just is a little bit too heavy of a cream for my hair. I think this would work great with people that maybe have more coarse hair than me, but for me, my hair is just a little bit too thick and a little bit too Shirley Temple-y curl to have it getting weighed down, then they just look tired. So this was okay, not the best, but better than the other one. Now, I do want to throw into this video one thing that I definitely was not happy about this month. I recently canceled one of my monthly subscriptions, and that was Lip Monthly. This is just one of their bags. But I canceled my subscription because I, in general, like getting quite a few subscription beauty related stuff at the beginning of the month. So I have things like Ipsy, Birchbox, and until this month I did have Lip Monthly. Now the reason why I'm throwing this in this video is just because I wasn't happy with their it's not that I wasn't happy with their selection. They send you lip products every month and they're really, really nice, but the thing is that every single month for the past 4 months I've been getting broken products, and I've emailed the company and they're like, oh well, it happens during shipping, and I'm like, okay, so does that mean I'm gonna get another one? And never got anything back. So I'm just kind of unhappy with this monthly subscription service. I just want to throw that in there because this was one thing that was beauty related that I did not like and was not happy about. So Lip Monthly has officially lost my subscription. Not happy with them, but I did want to tell you guys about it because I do know a lot of people who ask me about my monthly subscriptions and which ones I would recommend. I like my Lip Monthly, I do, but the fact that they didn't answer me back and I kept getting broken products just wasn't cool. So on Lip Monthly concealers. So I did try an old favorite of mine, which is the Tarte Amazonian Clay Foundation this month, and I've talked about this in another video before. I'll try and track it down. I'll put the little info box information down below. And I was trying this because I recolored my hair and it's obviously a little cooler than it's been in the past, so my foundation was a little off. Now I tried this one again, and I do have to say I really like it. I do not like this, however, for the summer. I feel like this is super, super heavy even when I use very little, and even when I use very little, it doesn't seem to cover everything. So I like this still, but just for winter probably. Next, I have a new foundation I tried, and this is the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Pro Matte 24-Hour Longwear. A lot of beauty peoples on the internet are talking about this right now. It is a very, very good foundation for the drugstore, I have to say that. Now, one thing I do have to say about this is on me, this is not a 24-hour foundation. I have very, very oily skin, and I can probably get a good 6-hour wear out of this before I have to powder or I have to reapply foundation, just because my skin in general breaks down this formula. But I do have to say that when you first apply this foundation, it is very silky looking, very smooth. You look very matte. I do think people maybe with a little bit less oily skin than me could pull off the 24-hour wear that it says on the bottle. But I do actually really like this foundation. It's very, very good. And I don't have to use as much as, let's say, the Tarte Amazonian Clay. I can kind of just like use a little bit and kind of spread it out, and it seems to cover a little bit more than this one, just because this one's more of a thicker consistency. So this was a very good foundation, and if you guys are looking for a new one from the drugstore, I definitely suggest this one. This one is one that I've been using all month, and I am going to be needing a new tube, so this was a good one. Concealer wise, I needed a new concealer this past month, so I went and picked up the new CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous Concealer. This is rubbish. I hate this. I normally really like CoverGirl concealers from the drugstore just because, I don't know, they're my thing. But this one just was awful. I can put it under my eyes and I can put it in other places on my skin, and I don't know if it's the way that my skin interacts with the formula or how the formula is, but it comes off almost like scaly. So in the middle of the day, when normally my skin would maybe look really oily or I look shiny, which I would much prefer to actually than what this does to me, it looks scaled. So under my eyes I'll look scaly, and then it'll kind of like flake off, and it's just not very cute. And I did try this a few times. You can even see like a little divot in the bottle, and I don't like this. I'm practically out of this one. I'm just gonna toss this and throw it out. I do not recommend this concealer. It just wasn't very good. Next, I've been using two different things for my brows. So I've been using Maybelline Brow Drama, and I have two different colors here because a while ago I'd mentioned this in I think another video, maybe a blog post, but I'll try and find it. How I was really liking the Maybelline clear brow drama, but I went and picked up the colored one after I got my hair done to kind of blend it better into my hairline, and I've decided that I don't particularly like these brow gels. I was really liking this for a while when I was just kind of penciling in my brows, but now that I'm adding color and all those kind of different things, I feel like the colored ones actually flake off and they don't really stay. So I can like touch my brow and there'll be color on my finger, and it's just meh. That too, in the wand, I'm not crazy about the wand. I think it's a little odd that there's a little ball at the end of it. I'm not entirely sure what that's for, like unless it's for the edge, but then there's bristles all the way through, so I'm not sure if they just want you to go meh, but my brows don't do that, so I don't know. The wand's a little weird for me. The formula isn't as good as I thought it was, so these were kind of a disappointment because I really did like them for a while, but that's just a thing. I would suggest trying them to see if they work on you, but for me, these were just an X-nay. I feel like I have so many things I don't like this month, and I really do. I'm coming up on a few that I really did like. For instance, this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Gel. Mine is in the color Ash Brown. I really liked this. Really liked it. Now, I find that I don't have to use very much of this, which is something I really like. I kind of wanted something new with my brows just to kind of fill them in a little bit. And since this has been a cult favorite for a very long time, I went and picked it up, and I'm very happy I did. I've heard concerning things about it, like it'll make your brow hairs fall out and it's going to give you breakouts. And I do have to say that since using this product, my brows have broken out a little bit, which is just a little weird. So I've gotten like little red dots toward the top part of my brow. But one thing I do have to say is that I found if I exfoliate good enough that there's no issues with that and I don't break out. So the kind of the coverage and the quality that my brows look like with this kind of outweigh the fact that I break out with it a little bit. So I do like this. Next, I got sent a blush in my Ipsy bag this month, and this is the Hikari blush in Tango, and it's super gnarly bright. But I find that I really like it just for summer. And how I've been using this is I've kind of just taking a fan brush and kind of brushing it through the product and then just kind of wiping it through the top, almost like a highlighter. I haven't even really been wearing too much blush on the apples of my cheeks just because it's summertime, and I find that when it gets warmer, stuff kind of naturally just kind of shifts on my face because I am oily. So wearing blush more toward the top parts of my cheeks just kind of makes it even out. So I really like this. It's very subtle when I use it with a fan brush, but I definitely wouldn't suggest going overboard with this. It's very, very bright, but I do like this formula. It's very pretty. I have not been disappointed yet by Hikari products. I do think I might order some more, so this was such a good thing to get. Next, I have two palettes that I've been trying, and I actually have a blog post on one of them, which I will link down below. You guys can go check it out if you want to read the full review on it. This is just gonna kind of be a overview of them. I have the L'Oreal Le Palettes 1 and 2 here. And I have to say, out of the two of these, I really like Le Palette number 1 the best. Le Palette number Nude Doso is a little bit dark for me, especially for now. It's summer. I kind of want more golds and shimmery colors instead of the more classic nudes. But I do really like these colors. Now, when I purchased them, I kind of had my doubts about them because drugstore shadows and me don't seem to mix very often. But these shadows actually, in my opinion, probably rival my Urban Decay shadows. They are awesome. They are long wearing, they stay, and they're very, very pigmented. So these were actually great shadows. If you guys are looking for an alternative from buying the Naked Palette 1 or 2, I would say grab this. I do wish that they had kind of a dupe for the Naked Palette 3 just because I love those rose colors. But for now, these ones are awesome. So the Naked palettes run for about $50. These ones are $15. So you can get both of these palettes for less money than one Urban Decay palette. So if you guys are looking to save money but still want some shadows, these are awesome formula and they're really, really good. Definitely like these. Now this month, I kind of got on the bandwagon a little bit late, like always, but I did finally go and pick up the Kat Von D Shade Light palette. It's a very, very awesome palette. I think this palette is amazing. I love it. Now, if you guys look at my palette, it's pretty dirty. I use it every day. What I found is that for me, for contouring wise, this color here is best for highlighting and this color here is best for contouring. Now what I have found actually is my favorite powder out of all of these is this one here in the center. This is called Igric. I don't even know. It's this yellow powder here. And I've been using this as a setting powder under my eyes and this has been brilliant. Love this palette. It's so creamy and rich and it's just so pretty. And it's just lovely. I love this palette. Now, one thing I've been reading online, and I read this before I even bought the palette, so I was a little worried about it, was that people were getting kind of irritated about the fact that they couldn't use all of the colors in the palette for contouring. One thing I have to say to that, and I found this a great alternative, is that I can find uses for these on my face for contouring and highlighting. Now, generally, if I'm more tan, let's say, this color might be better. This color tends to be a little bit too dark for me, but I can still make it work because the colors themselves, the formula, they're very creamy, they're very easy to blend out. One thing I do have to say though is that if you're a little timid about getting this because of that reason, I've found that these shadows are so well made that I can still use them in my eye area. I can still use them as shadows. So in general, that's what I use these two colors for, and even this one over here. I just use them as base colors and they come out lovely on my eyes. They stay. So if you guys are a little worried about, maybe I won't use that entire palette, trust me, you will. Now these are big shadows, but I love this palette very, very much, and I have a feeling that if for any reason I were to run out of any of these colors, I'd be running to the store and buying a new one because I'm that addicted to it. I use this palette every day, even if it's not for contouring. I use it in my eyes. So this palette was definitely worth the money and it has been well loved. The last little beauty favorite I have for you guys is something that I'm pretty sure is going to become a holy grail for me. This is the Pixi by Petra Rose Makeup Fixing Spray with rose water and green tea. Now my bottle is pretty beat up. I bought it at the beginning of the month and I have been using it every single day. It comes with me when I leave the house, when I go out on the night, when I go out. everywhere. This little bottle comes with me everywhere. It's always in my purse, and I've literally only used this much since the beginning of the month. It's crazy. But basically what I use this for is I've been using it to set my makeup, and I've been using it to stay matte throughout the day. So I've been having a lot of issues with primers because I find that even when I put a primer and I put makeup on top of it, it still moves and I still become really shiny. When I do this, instead of my face becoming shiny and oily right away, it actually will stay for a few hours. And then if I spray over my makeup with this, it lasts even longer. So I've been using this as a base. I use it on my brushes, and then I apply my makeup, and then I'll apply a spritz or two of this over my makeup once I'm done with it, and it makes my makeup last way longer. And for an oily girl, that is like a huge thing. So I really have been loving this. This is something I would definitely recommend, and it just smells so lovely because it has rose water in it. So this is something I've really liked, and it's been in my makeup bag, my vanity, everywhere, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go buy another bottle soon, just that way I can have even one in my car. That's how much I use this, and it is definitely worth it. Now that is it for my beauty review for this month. I do have a few random things I want to tell you guys about that I've really been enjoying from last month, and two of them are actually magazines. I have not found a magazine that I've really enjoyed reading for a while, and I found two last month. So the first one is a magazine called Nylon. This is the current magazine. It just came in the mail, so I'm showing this one to you guys. But this magazine is just so interesting. So I just find the layout of it to be very unique, and it is an interesting read. So Nylon has become a go-to read for me. The second one actually just came out last month, and I ended up picking it up just because it was at the front line of a Barnes & Noble I was in, and I saw it and I was like, cover's kind of cute. This magazine is the skis. Just saying. The magazine's name is called Popular, and I'm going to do an entire blog post on what I think of this magazine, so I will leave that once it's done down below. But this magazine is awesome. It basically covers models, music, anything in the industry, fashion. It's awesome, but it doesn't really cover makeup. And for a beauty blogger, I find that a little bit refreshing, just because I don't want to read about more makeup some days. I just want to read about other things, and this magazine gives me an outlet that's a little bit different than what I normally get, even from blogs. So this has been an awesome read. So both of these have become must-haves for me this past month, and I can tell that I'm gonna be definitely subscribing to both of these. So I've really enjoyed those, and that's basically it. I didn't really have too many favorites for you guys this month. I did tell you about the beauty stuff I've loved and my two magazines, but other than that, it's just been a super busy month this past month, and it's been really crazy. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and watching another video. If you guys enjoyed this kind of new monthly review slash overview of makeup, let me know in the comments below, and I'll keep doing them. If you guys want to see something a little bit different, please also let me know that in the comments below. I really want to know what you guys want to see from me. And other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.